It's a must-win game for Pochettino, maybe not in terms of his job, but any sense of belief from the fans hangs on this match. I speak for, I think, everyone when I say that it just doesn't seem to be working out, which in the past, sacking doesn't always mean that the grass is greener. I'm not quite there yet. But we do have a case of facing Crystal Palace at the Bridge before the new year. Before we begin, please do hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel, and hit the like button while you're there. We're so close. We're so close to 7,000 subscribers on this channel. So every single subscription, every single like, everything, it all helps a great deal. 12 wins in a row. 12 wins in a row is what we currently have against Crystal Palace since our last defeat back in 2017. Bakayoko, our only goal scorer that day. Roy Hodgson's debut as Crystal Palace manager. He has obviously since gone and has now come back. A lot has changed since then. A lot has changed since then. It's another reason why this game is a must-win. It's outrageous that coming into this game with the record that we have against this club, we as fans lack confidence that we can even come away with a draw, let alone a win. And it's the same feeling coming into any game. Obviously, the last one, Wolves and so on and so forth. You feel at times like this could be the turning point, or that this should be a formality rather, and that this is just gonna be a win. And those days seem to have been long gone. Those days are long gone. This would have typically been, as the record shows, a formality for Chelsea. And yet an end to this winning streak would further display that this Chelsea side, these Chelsea players, as I said in the stream for the Wolves game, they are not ready yet for the big time. Injuries aside, obviously that is playing a massive deal. I, for one, have banged on that drum many a time, and the likes of Newcastle and so on and so forth have always been given the benefit of the doubt when it comes to injuries, and that's why they're performing as badly as they are. Look at Newcastle. They've just lost again to Nottingham Forest. And yet with Chelsea, it doesn't seem to be seen as an issue. It doesn't seem to be used as a reason for why we've been performing the way that we are. And I think the fact of the matter is that we've had injuries for so long now that I think a lot of people are thinking you still have a good selection of players. For me, it's just that I don't think Pochettino, I don't think it's that he doesn't know how to play them or where. I just don't think he plays people in the right position. But still, overall, 29 wins in 44 games against Palace, with just 6 losses in that time. This is a fixture where a win is a must. We cannot go 12 games in a row with a win in all competitions. I think only one of those is come in the FA Cup, and the rest in the league. Team news, and Chelsea are still without, as we've said, several key figures. Leslie Ugochukwu is the newest name to that list. I think he was on that list and then he wasn't, and now he's back on that list. With Enzo Fernandez still out with illness as well. I feel like we still won't see a full Premier League start from Christopher Nkunku, despite the fact that when he plays, we are a million times better. I've got 100 times better here, but I'm going even further. A million times better is what this Chelsea side are when Christopher Nkunku is getting involved. Another player whose influence is immeasurable when they're on the pitch, Malo Gusto, a must for our right-back position, and likewise, for me, anyway, Ian Maatsen must be started at left back. I'm done with Colwill at left back. No, it's not anything against him, but Maatsen plays miles better in that position because guess what? It's his position. Who would have thought, right? I don't understand why Pochettino feels the need to play players out of position when we have players available in that position. I know that the argument with Ian Maatsen is that, you know, he's not necessarily an out-and-out left-back anymore, whatever that means. If he's not a left-back, well, he's not going to fit in any other position, so he might as well make it work, especially if he wants to make something of his career at Chelsea. Obviously, rumours in the past that he's linked with a move to City, I think, and he wants a move in January, whether that be on loan and he signs a new long-term deal with us before he leaves. It just... You take what you can get, and I'm sure, based on the performances that he's put in when he's come on as a sub in left-back, I think he's all right with it. I think this whole thing that he'd prefer to play left wing or wherever, I don't see it. I don't think he cares, to be honest with you. With that said, I don't see Levi being dropped. However, moved to the centre-back alongside either Badiashile or Disasi. Thiago Silva, yeah. It really doesn't matter to me if it's Badiashile or Disasi. I mean, preferably Badiashile, but we'll see what happens, I suppose. I think we're likely to see Jackson and Breuer feature together again. Middle of the field should be as normal. Maybe Caicedo coming back, I don't know. Hopefully, Mudryk and Madueke feature as our wingers now that Sterling is absent through suspension. What a shame. Predictions-wise... I think this goes as expected. I think Palace get a goal in some capacity. They have, despite the 12-win streak, if I look, the previous results, a 1-0 win for Chelsea back in January, the 15th of January, of this year. Then it was 2-1, that was at Smellhurst. 2-0 again at Stamford Bridge, that was in the FA Cup. 1-0, 3-0, 4-1, 4-0, 3-2, so on and so forth. Like, they can score goals. They can score goals against this Chelsea side. For sure against this Chelsea side. Maybe not ones necessarily all the time in the past, but definitely against this one. It just would not surprise anyone. Again, I think Palace get a goal and we're made to fight as we always are. Say fight in the fucking lowest form of the word. I think that despite our sparkling record against Palace over the last few years, that record is destined to end. A draw is most likely, in all honesty. But I think that there is an incredibly large possibility that we somehow fuck this up and they come away with the victory. Palace have just 2 wins in their 15 games in the last 15 games in all competitions. Just 3 wins in their last 10 in the league and winless in their last 3, losing to Luton Town in that time. And I know Luton are getting results here and there, but losing to Luton, come on, man. Come on, we can't lose to this. Despite getting a draw against Man City, a late draw against Man City in their most recent game, come on. Like, 2-2 against City, 1-1 against West Ham, a loss to Luton. They beat Burnley. They lost to Newcastle. Beat Manchester United. Anyone could do that these days except us. But still, it's just bound to happen, is it not? It's just absolutely bound to happen that this is going to be another loss for Chelsea. I don't know. I'm going to go for 1-1 as my prediction, but just prepare yourself for the inevitable. And if that happens, just know Poch might be shown the door. It might just open a little bit, a little tiny amount. But still, let me know your predictions in the comments down below. Please like, subscribe. Again, so close to 7,000 subscribers. Hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. As always, my name is Harry, up the Chelsea. And peace.